we back. And Megumi was stressing over if she packed all her knives and shit, even though she ain't even need them yet. The final 8 arrived to learn the rules of the tournament. Soma's first round matchup theme is a bento box. The match starts tomorrow, and his opponent is Alice fucking Nakari.
She's the granddaughter of our school director. She's competed in countless competitions and won them all. She's a genius, known as the prodigy of molecular gastronomy. Her curry dish had the best score in the preliminaries and used the very latest cooking techniques. It definitely made an impact. How will you possibly combat this, Soma?
Even her equipment is top notch. I really don't know how he gonna win this shit. But soon they start cooking. Like, bro, she cutting with her eyes closed. All his friends in the stands was hoping he had something up his sleeve. Alice presents her bento box first. A tamari bento box.
This is a skipjack tuna. It was aged for 2 days at low temperature, bringing out its bold flavor.
How exquisitely divine! It's wonderful.
All this happening while Soma is still cooking. She had these old men bussin'. Even had her grandfather flex his muscles. Why is he so ripped? Soon after Soma is finished making a seaweed bento. That shit looks so ass.
Hey, Soma.
Yeah?
What's a seaweed bento, huh?
Really? Wait, you seriously don't know? You want me to make you a box afterwards? The thing is, this ain't your normal variety. It's Yukihira style evolved seaweed bento. Please, help yourselves, gentlemen.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Hearing that crunch, good lord. He made soup too? Had them old men going crazy.
Incidentally, there's a trick to the soup that makes this bento work even better. Just add the stock, ingredients, and seasonings to the food jar and voila! In a few hours, you'll have a sweet-tasting soup with all the vegetables cooked through.
Whoa.
Soma eventually has Alice try some, giving her flashbacks to her childhood. Had her orgasm too. That's how you knew it was raps. The judges voted, and the winner is the boy, Soma Yukihira. Had everybody hyped, besides Erina's hating ass. Classic. Had the shawties blushing though. Soma gave Alice a hand before departing.
So have you learned the limit of your abilities?
What the hell did you just say to me? You're turning into quite the expert not only on cooking, but at being trash, too.
You do realize that you just praised my cooking, don't you?
Listen here. You're going to be an absolute mess when I get my revenge. You're asking for it, you skank.
Megumi congratulates Soma as it's her turn next. Her opponent is Ryo. Their theme is ramen. Oh boy, I love me some ramen. They even got to choose what noodles they wanted to use. Ryo chose to use wide noodles. Megumi, on the other hand, decides to use the ingredients her mom sent her from back home.
Dear sweetie, congratulations on making it to the finals of the fall selection. I can't be there to cheer you on because of work, but do your best. I'm sending your favorite ingredients from back home.
Oh, Mama.
I just love how everyone from her village just has a southern accent and she's the only one that doesn't have one. They start cooking and we see Ryo is using seafood with thick flavor, while Megumi is going for a lighter flavor. We also find out Ryo grew up from around the water as well while he's chopping up lobster. They show us a flashback from 10 years ago of Alice finding Ryo as he was already a top chef. Megumi reveals her broth and ooh wee, that shit was clear as fuck. Ryo finishes first. Soup de poisson ramen.
Soup de poisson, a southern French soup made with a base combining shellfish and fish parts.
What a splendid idea for a rich ramen.
Old man tastes the soup and he moaned quick as fuck. He tried the noodles and he was close to bussin'. He tasted the Melba toast and that crunch. Ooh wee. Why Unc always gotta be shirtless? Megumi finally finishes and ooh, it was looking so light. One taste had the judges devouring it. I guess it wasn't light.
Kozayu!
Yes, I used Kozayu as a model, then added strained chicken broth and concentrated soy sauce. It's a Kozayu soy ramen.
She even dried the vegetables too, and they got absorbed into the broth. Ryo decides he wants to taste it too. And shortly after, Megumi tastes Ryo's, and she was enjoying it a lot. The results were in, and Ryo ends up being the winner. After the match, Miyoko and other students congratulated Megumi on her performance. The day of the first matches are over. Erina's grandfather, Senzaemon, went to the bathroom and said,
Megumi Tadakura, was that her name? That girl must possess immeasurable latent potential. That's the only explanation for this unraveling of my region.
Huh? At night, Akira, Hisako, and Takumi all vowed to not lose. Well, we only know at least one of y'all going to. It's day 2, and Soma is running late to watch. And while he was walking his way there, he runs into a guy he met at the preliminaries, named Subaru Mimasaka, who's the 8th contestant in the finals. Man, this is a grown-ass man. He is not under 18. The next match theme is a hamburger. The two dueling is Akira versus Hisako. Akira whipped out a doner kebab, while Hisako whipped out a turtle? A turtle burger. Let me find out someone actually ate one of these before. She even had Now blushing. Megumi finds Soma and they end up getting lost and run into Takumi and Subaru. All four of them end up watching the match together in the waiting room. Hisako finishes first with a soft-shelled turtle hamburger. Not gonna lie, that shit do look good. Maybe I was hating. Akira's aroma from his cooking though had the whole crowd in awe. Had the judges begging to eat that shit. Hisako couldn't believe it. The winner was Akira. Afterwards, Hisako ran away. Poor thing. It was time for Takumi and Subaru's match, but Subaru was dissing Takumi's brother, and he was not having it. Their match ended up turning into a food war battle. Holy! We find out Subaru is used to provoking students into a food war, and it's taken down 99 students in the process. Their theme was a dessert, and they will both be making the same dish using the same ingredients. A semi-Fredo.
As you can gather, Mimasaka is using the Food War system as his personal plaything. He forces his opponents to bet their prized utensils, and then he tramples the chef's pride by taking the tool that was most important to them and flaunts it around school. I heard that in one Food War, he took his opponent's prized knife, a memento of her beloved dead mother, all the while laughing maniacally in her face.
Like, bro, he is wild. Takumi got this though, surely. Oh my, maybe I spoke too soon. Takumi has to think outside of the box, and Subaru is copying the Aldini's recipe.
There's a specialty dessert that you like to make at your family restaurant. I believe that dish makes ample use of this liqueur. That's how I was finally able to figure out that you were bound to use it in your semi-Fredo.
Takumi was shaking until he remembered something. Subaru was first. The judges tasted it and immediately moaned. Had this old man going into a rap. Takumi comes up next. It was a little bit different. Instead of 3 layers, it was 4. He added a lemon curd, and boy did it work, as well as using his family's olive oil. Subaru was not fazed though. He was laughing. Since he added in preserved lemon, he was not worried at all. Takumi was shook. The votes come in and it was unanimous. Subaru wins. And just like that, we got our final 4. The semis will be next week with a random draw. Later on, back at the dorms, Subaru was already waiting in Soma's room. Bro had a spare key. Yeah, he's freaked out. He tells the matchups have been decided and it's going to be Ryo versus Akira and him versus Soma. Subaru wants to make it a food war. Soma agrees, but if he wins, Subaru has to return all the 100 items he's took from all the other chefs. And if Subaru wins, Soma will quit being a chef entirely. Soma says since the theme of the battle is Western food, he lets him know what he's going to be making. That had Mito upset as fuck. As she runs out of the room, Subaru accepts the terms to the food war. Next morning, Hisako sends Erina a letter that she is taking leave since she feels disgraced to show her face to her, even though Erina ain't think so. Later on, a third year in the middle school division named Tsutsuda Mitsuru in the journalist club wants to shadow Soma for a week leading up to the food war. Soma rejects him, but he deadass follows him around until he says yes. Soma decides to have him taste test his beef stew. Bro made Mitsuru fat as fuck. Soma eventually decides to look for someone else to taste test his food. Who else would be better than the god tongue herself? Oh my god, is she reading romance manga? She wanted Hisako back since she always did everything for her. And once the doorbell rang, she thought it was her.
I've been waiting for you!
Hey, if you're free, want to taste something for me?
Eventually, she gives in and tries it.
I was so moved when I took my first bite that I almost...
Not good.
Huh?
This may do for some common walk-up food truck out in the sticks somewhere, but you're here competing in a contest of fine dining. This isn't even close. It's a joke, really. You don't have a chance. You don't understand this theme at all.
Damn, at least Soma was able to take something from that. Meanwhile, at restaurant Yukihira is bustling, and the customer's sitting here calling Subaru Soma. This man is insane at the LARPing. He doing it in the dark too. We find out Chef Dojima, Mizuhara, and Inui will be there as well. Mito gives Soma some quality meat, and that's when he locks in and kicks Mitsuru out. The day finally comes and Soma arrives and has Isumi relay a message to Takumi to watch his match. We see the judges and introduced to 2 other former Elite 10 graduates of the school, Tsunozaki and Kikuchi. They were both skeptical of their ability. Erina was even hating, as usual, until everyone sees Soma is using oxtail. Had everyone shook and happy. Had Erina blushing. Then we find out Subaru is using oxtail as well as using bacon as a garnish. Had everyone worried. Mitsuru even made Subaru's job way easier because of that damn article. Until Soma whipped out different types of meat. Shout out Meat. He was making new shit on the fly. Soon Subaru finishes first. The judges taste it, and the moans kick in immediately. They was glazing that meat. Pause. Soma was not phased at all though.
Order is up. Yukihira style beef stew, fall selection special.
The first bite was all she wrote. Took all the judges on a whole orgasm roller coaster. Literally the best way I could describe it. Soma revealed he wasn't winging it at all. He had this all planned out from the beginning, using his past experiences. The judges cast their votes, and it was unanimous. Soma wins again. Erina walks off, and Subaru couldn't accept it. Soma makes him taste his beef stew, and you already know it was so good he remembered his childhood. God damn, his ass was chopped. Big lip dad, let me chill. His backstory low-key sad. He made his dad's special dish, but better, and his dad really up and left his ass. Imagine doing that shit. He accepted his defeat, and all the items get returned to their rightful owners. Subaru decides to leave Totsuki Academy and never cook again, but Soma does not let that happen, and Takumi declares to beat him next time.
Yo, Erina, I've managed to make it this far. Reaching the top spot among the first years and getting a chance to take you on is just one step away.
Don't fool yourself. I'm so far above you, it's not even possible.
Next up was Akira versus Ryo. We see Akira guessing all the different spices blindfolded, and Ryo is, holy, how is he ripped? Sleeper build of doom. Soma watching the match with Erina is funny as hell. Had Megami wondering and Mito pressed. The two have the same theme as the previous match, and Akira whips out Duck. As usual, everyone was expecting Akira to win this, and not gonna lie, I am too. While Erina was not seeing much in Ryo, Alice pulls up too, and that's when Ryo takes out Eel. Alice was telling him not to underestimate him.
I have to win. If I don't, I'll have nowhere I can say I belong. Here, today, either I win or die.
That was giving straight.
Bitch, I'd rather die!
Akira was not worried at all, as his aroma with his spices was piercing the venue, and he was finished first, making a duck apicious. All of them take a bite, and you already know, straight moans all in my ear. And no, I'm not playing them out loud.
You's a freaky ass nigga!
Next up, Ryo reveals his dish, his eel matalote. Tsunozaki was already hating, but Ryo told her to saibao and eat it. They try it, and it immediately feel a shock through their body. He stuffed his eel with plums. They loved that combo. He has them use his mashed potatoes with the eels too. Had Tsunozaki eat her words literally. Now the judges vote. They was frozen for a minute, but Inoue and Mizuhara vote for Akira. Dojima chooses Ryo. Tsunozaki soon chose Ryo as well. But the final deciding vote was Kikuchi. She couldn't decide, and that had everyone mad as fuck, since the rules was that if they can't pick a winner, they can reschedule a rematch. But since that was not possible, Dojima said fuck it, both of them advance, making it the first ever three-way finals. Sanzaimon agreed with the idea and forwarded them both against Soma. Now the theme for the finals is Pacific Sorry. 3 have 10 days until the final. In the morning, Soma decides to go to a fish market and Megami tags along. They run into Ryo and Alice. Of course they turn choosing the freshest Sorry into a competition. Megami was the judge and she chose Ryo.
I'll let you in on a little secret of mine. There's a reason why I frequent the fish market. It's because if just a little time goes by without doing so, my senses become dulled. I've done this for 10 years. It's how I've survived and how I will always survive. I'm not gonna let some half-ass punk win this. There's no way you'll ever be able to beat me.
Damn, cooked his ass. They leave and we find out Akira was there earlier picking out a fish. Just by smell alone, Soma knew he gonna have to lock in. While Akira and Ryo was working on their dishes, Soma was stuck until he has an idea and grabs Shun, Ryoko, and Mito. He decides he's going to age his Sorry with all of their help. After 3 days, they tasted different styles of aging and it was a success. However, Megami was still worried that Ryo's was better. Soma agrees, thinking it was not enough. While walking by, Fumio gave him some inspiration. It was the day of the final, and Ryo and Akira was wondering what he was planning. All 3 of them make their entrance, and the judges are Sanzaimon, Dojima, and from the Totsuki's research department, and the head of Nakari International, Leonora Nakari, Alice's mother. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, she fine shit. Sadly, when she opened her mouth.
Hello to everyone. Yes, you may call my name, please, Leonora Nakari. I am living from in Denmark, yes? Judging will be tough for me to try and eat, but I try very hard, yes?
Yeah, her grammar is atrocious, but I'm still smashing. Yeah, Alice is definitely her daughter for real. All contestants take out their Sorry. Soma's Sorry is I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at. Yeah, Ryo and Akira was not impressed. The roof gets opened to show the moon, and they get to cooking. Ryo finishes his dish first. giving them a carpaccio. It was so good that Leonora was speaking perfectly. Even had Senseiamon shirtless again. Next up was Akira. A carpaccio? Everyone was not fucking with him serving only an appetizer. Akira blowtorches it, and holy.
The heat caused both the sori's fat and the sugars in the kaishi to bubble, allowing it to surface correctly. In other words, I took the conflicting theories of aroma and presented them both on the single sori plate, creating a balance.
Yeah, this nigga different. Bro is still shirtless. Last but not least though is Soma.
Here is your final dish.
Oh my god!
Nuka San Masari pickled in rice bran.
They all taste it, and yeah, Leonora moaned instantly. All thanks to his friends and Fumio for real. Senseiamon ain't bare his chest for once though. Damn, it's GG's.
Anyone up for seconds?
This competition is over.
Oh, Soma!
This will now conclude all the judging
Because if you were up for seconds, I was thinking I might pour in a little splash of this.
Soma had a trick up his sleeve. Meanwhile, Ishiki pressed Aizan, cause it was him that set up Subaru against Soma. Then Soma reveals a white soup.
I present to you my completed sori dish. Seasoned sori rice, soup style. All right, order up.
Senseiamon tasted it, and bang! Chest is out. The judges have finally made a decision.
The winner is Akira Hayama!
He had June happy as hell for him, and he hugged her. Aw. Alice starts saying, Rio sucks. And Soma was in his head, remembering what his dad said.
But don't go losing to anyone until you've lost to me again.
He then asks Akira if he can try his dish, Rio as well. So with that, the fall selection is concluded. The Polar Star dorm decide to celebrate, but Soma gets a call from his dad, letting him know Akira won. His dad starts teasing him because he lost, and that's when Soma finally realizes he has to find a food that is uniquely his, and only he can make.
So you finally found it. Amongst your peers, you found the ones that will drive you forward. That's good. You're learning. It's these relationships that will drive you forward. Embrace them while you can. You can always turn towards the plate for answers, but if you're alone, all that'll change is your reflection.
Later on, Soma starts hanging out with Rio and Akira, trying to learn something from them, similar to what all the girls are doing. June then tells the trio that soon they will be doing an on-the-job training program, the stagiaire.
Stagiaire is French for trainee, so basically you're all going to be helping out somewhere. It's part of your curriculum here. All first years are sent to train at different food establishments. Places can range from high-class restaurants to food manufacturers. Really all areas of the public sector.
A few days later, Soma is waiting for his partner and ends up being Hisako. She was not keen on working with him at all. They both arrive at the Western restaurant, seeing customers leaving, and meet the owner, Mitamura. They start and the customers come bustling in. The staff was struggling to get through orders. They get through that, but a second wave comes through, and Soma was going crazy. Soma orders Hisako, and she reluctantly listens. They make it through the day, and was grateful for the two of them. Soma pats Hisako on the back and thanks her. And they had her blushing too, while someone is outside stalking. Meanwhile, Erina is paired with Megami as she refused to wash dishes. By the third day, she took command of the kitchen, had the head chef mad as fuck, and Megami eventually finds her own way to make improvements. While Hisako becomes more accustomed to her role, Soma believes that the restaurant needs to change so that it doesn't struggle again once the stagiaire is over. With the staff unwilling to cut down on their large menu, Soma suggested that they become a reservations-only restaurant. His big brain play worked, and the woman that was watching them earlier, Nishizono, passed them. After the first stage of the stagiaire was over, Soma tells Hisako to stop feeling ashamed of her defeat, telling her that she should aim to stand beside Erina instead of being behind her. He also gives Hisako the manga he promised to lend to Erina to give her an excuse to see her again. The next step of the stagiaire reunites Soma with Kojiro, who's opening a Tokyo branch of his French restaurant, She Knows. Kojiro is low-key different now. He even cooking lunch for the staff. A quiche. The crunchiness got them moaning. As the restaurant begins its first pre-open day, Soma witnesses firsthand the intensity of working in Kojiro's kitchen. They was moving fast as fuck without making any unnecessary noise.
No unnecessary noise. Do that again and your ass is out.
They was locked in, bro. Soma struggles to keep up with the rest of the staff. Thinking over his failures, Soma spends the rest of the week getting prep work done early so he can ask the other staff members for advice on how to become more efficient in the kitchen and learn new techniques. Before the final day, Soma asks Kojiro if he can enter the competition to create a dish for Shino's menu that he can call his specialty. At the end of the pre-open's final day, Kojiro calls in and serves food to his fellow alumni and his mother, recalling what inspired him to pursue French cuisine, doing it all just to be able to see his mama smile. W's son. During the competition, Soma uses everything he's learned to put together a French take on a chicken and egg rice bowl using a quail stuffed with risotto. That shit looked good as fuck. Sadly, Kojiro said it's not good enough, but he helps Soma refine the recipe so that it can become a dish on the menu. Soma passes the stagiaire and sets off to return to Totsuki, and Kojiro tells him to aim for the number 1 seat on the 10. We start seeing everyone else doing well at their stagiaire too. Soma makes it back to the dorm, and people was wasting no time challenging him to a food war.
You're welcome! So, everyone here today, I have something to say. I'll take any challenge from any one of you at any time you want. Bring it on. And if it isn't something boring, I'll take you on right here and now. 'Cause it's time for Food Wars!
That's the end. So until next time, I'm out.